Hey y'all, my name is Ashley and I am a collector and hoarder of makeup, and to continue to collect and hoard makeup, I promised my husband that I would create more content. So here we are. All right, today I'm going to be doing a little tutorial for y'all. I'm gonna bring it back a little bit, old school YouTube, and I'm gonna be doing a quick, easy glam look for Valentine's Day using a nude eyeshadow palette and a Fenty Diamond Balm highlighter. If that sounds interesting to you, then just keep on watching. Before we dive right into the eye look, I want to share a couple makeup brushes that I'm going to be using that I really think help blend out your eye look and make things just look that much more amazing. And it's easier on you because when I use these brushes, I feel like it's an effortless way to blend out my eyeshadow. I'm going to start off by sharing the Scott Barnes 63. So this is like it looks like a highlighter brush, but it's for your eyes. So it's like a half fan brush and it's like super, super skinny. I love this brush when I'm going into my crease because it just perfectly fits in my crease. And then it's easy to blend up and down and side to side, and it just works so beautifully. The next brush is also from Scott Barnes, and this is going to be the 61. Also looks like a little highlighter brush. It's a mini fan, super skinny just like the last one, and this works great on your bottom lash line, or it works great in your crease as well, or even to do like a smoked liner look. This is fantastic for those looks. And then the rest of the brushes I'm going to be using are going to be like my blinged brushes. So from my fluffy ones to my more densely packed ones, these are the brushes that I really enjoy using. I'm not telling you to go out and buy all these brushes, but I do find that these brushes are probably my better quality brushes out of everything that I own. And the Scott Barnes ones really, really help blend my eyeshadow out effortlessly. Now it's time to get into the eye look. So I'm going to start off using my matte nude shades, and I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star palette that looks like this. I'm not going to say it. And the reason I picked this palette out is because all of my palettes are all bold and colorful. I'm not one to pick out a nude palette to use, and this one just has a variety of matte shades. So when I do a nude look, this is the palette I always grab just because everything is in here that I need. I'm going to start off by dipping into the shade that's going to be like not our lightest nude we'll use, not the darkest nude we use, but that medium one. In this case, it's going to be the shade Scorpio because I'm a fan of the cool tone nudes over the warm tone nudes. And I'm going to be using that Scott Barnes 63 brush. This is the shade that I'm going to be applying in my crease. So I'm just, oh, and forgot to mention, I did prime my eyes. I used the Suva Beauty Prime and Paint in the shade White. I think at this point we all know that's the primer I'm using, but I'm just going to share it anyway. Who knows, I might find another one that I like, but right now that is what I love. So I'm going to take the shade Scorpio and I'm going to go ahead and apply it in my crease. So I just want to show you how nicely that brush fits in my crease. It's just wonderful. And then I'm personally going to start by blending downwards just because I don't want to overdo it. And you can always fix your eyelid underneath, but it's really difficult. The higher you get, the harder to fix. So I'm just going to bring that down in my crease. Just leaving this much not there, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So maybe like a 1/4 inch, but I'm just going to blend it all together. And obviously on my outer corner, I'm going to bring it up into my brow bone just a little bit. Yeah, look how quickly that blended out. You can't tell me that that's amazing. I'm slowly taking a little bit more up into my brow bone, just lightly, so it's just a really nice fade and blend. So that is our first shade. I'm going to take a much fluffier brush this time. And this time is going to be from my bling brushes. And this one's an E31. This is from like the Allie Dawson ones. They came out around Christmas time and I just love them because they're red. But I'm going to be dipping into the darker nude shade. And in my case, it's going to be the shade, the one that the palette's called. And I'm going to be putting that in my outer corner. And I'm just pressing it in before I blend it out. I really want to build up that shade before I start blending because I really want a nice gradient into the other nude shade. I'm going to bring that into the center of my eyelid as well. And then I always do this. I don't know if a lot of other people do this, but I like to take a clean, fluffy brush and kind of just make that blend even smoother. That way there's no product on my brush, but it just kind of just disperses it and makes it just like one beautiful gradient eye look. So I'm just gonna take that to blend the shade Scorpio and the O shade together. Now it's time for the lighter shade that we're gonna dip into. I'm gonna be using the shade Bed or Floor, and this is what we're gonna put in our inner corner, and then also use it slightly where we, like the last of this middle shade color, which was Scorpio in my case, just to blend it into my brow bone without taking my eyeshadow all the way to my brows, if that kind of makes sense. So I'm gonna take it on a fluffy brush right here, put it in my inner corner first, blending it into the O shade, or our darkest nude. I'm gonna dip back into that lightest shade and use it to buff out the shade Scorpio, which is going to be that middle nude. Man, I should not have used my clean fluffy brush to do that. That was a really bad idea on my part. This one was clean. So clean fluffy brush, blending it again. So that is just the base of our eye look, which is just a basic nude smoky eye. And I kind of just went step by step because that's how I do it. I know other people do it different ways, so I thought I'd just share my technique on doing that. So there's a variety of different shades that you can use, but this is kind of what makes the look in my opinion. And it's going to be using the Fenty Diamond Bomb highlighters. Now on her website, she has 4 different shades. One of them is exclusively to Fenty Beauty. You can't pick it up at Sephora, but I'm gonna go through all the shades with you real quick. So the first shade I'm gonna show you is like the OG, How Many Carats. It's this one right here. You can tell it's kind of well loved. So all of these have kind of like a clear base, and what you're looking for is the color of the glitter in it. So you can't really see that, but it's like white and silverish glitter for this one. The second one I'm going to show you, which is available at Sephora and Fenty, is going to be Cognac Candy. And this is more of a bronzy toned one right here. You can tell I got my nail in that one really well. You can see on my finger that the glitter in this one is definitely more of a bronzy, warm brown. The next shade is going to be Rose Rave. And this is more of your rose gold one. So yet again, clear base, but you've got that pink toned gold for the glitter. All right. Finally, this is the one that you can only get on Fenty Beauty's website. It's also the one I'm going to be using today, and this one is called Royal Icing. This is going to be the clear base with the gold. So it looks like this on my finger. This is what it looks like on the inside. These are all great. Now, if you're thinking, I don't want to spend the money, but I have this, and they do not sell this anymore. This came out during the holidays, and this is going to be the Fenty Diamond Bomb Triple Dip. So there's 3 different shades in here. Yes, I've never used this because I got it after the holidays because it was on sale for $27, and I really just couldn't miss out on the opportunity. But in this palette, you do have the shade Fussy, Fenty Glow, and Hot Chocolate. I'll quickly just show you. Fussy is a pink glitter. It's darker than the Rose Rave. Then we got the shade Fenty Glow, which this is a bronze shade, not as light as the gold one and not as dark as Cognac Candy. And then finally, we've got Hot Chocolate, and this is a deeper bronze brown than the Cognac Glow. So you can kind of see that on my finger. These are hard to swatch to show up on camera just because they have that clear base and the colored glitter. But they all have the same texture, and it's all that like gel to powder kind of finish. But every single one of them have the same kind of sparkle that will kind of just elevate this eye look a lot. So I'm going to be using the shade Royal Icing. This is going to be the gold one right here. So there's 2 different ways you can do this. You can cut the crease so you can have a more defined line, or like what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it more of a smooth look, and I'm going to start with my finger and press it on my inner corner. See, I don't, if you can see the sparkle. And just because my nails are a little bit too long, I'm going to take a small detailing brush. This is like a Morphe brush. It's kind of hard for me to find this shape of brush, so I have a bunch of Morphe ones. And I'm going to use that brush to apply it precisely in my inner corner and on my crease line, bringing it in to the shade that began with O, so our darker nude shade. What I really love about these is you don't need a glitter glue to set them or to get them to stick to your eyelid. They last a pretty decent amount of time without it falling out. Like even as I'm applying it, there's no fallout under my eyes from these highlighters. So it makes a fantastic eye topper because of that. So no glitter glue required. It's got the clear base and you get that nice glittery, shiny sparkle look. The other thing I really love about these is that you can put one layer on and get a subtle sparkle. You can put a second layer on and it builds up and you can make it even more of a sparkly moment, which is what I did. I put like 2 layers on there and there's zero fallout on my eyes. It's gonna stay there all night and it blends nicely with my eyeshadow. That is the eyelid done. And let's go ahead and do the bottom lash line. So we're gonna dip back into our matte nudes. And this is where we're gonna use that other Scott Barnes brush. I love using this brush for my under eye. Well, I should say not my under eye, but for my bottom lash line. And again, that's like the Scott Barnes 61. I'm gonna start off by dipping into the darkest nude that we used earlier. I'm gonna work from my outer corner inwards. And I'm just gonna be smoking my bottom lash line out. Gonna wipe my brush off, dip in the shade Scorpio, which is our middle toned nude. Get almost to the inner corner. And then just for the little bit left, I'm gonna take the shade Better Floor again, which is our lighter nude. And I'm gonna take it in the inner corner and then use that shade to keep blending all the way back out again, just to soften up the look. So that's what we have so far. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other eye, put some lashes on, add a winged liner so that way we can finish everything up, put a little bit of glitz and glam in the inner corner and apply the rest. So I went ahead and added a little wing liner, added some lashes. These are the same lashes that I keep putting on. I cannot help myself, but these are the Lunar Beauty Nova lashes. I absolutely love them because I do like that spiky, over dramatic look. And that's really all I've added. But now I really want to do the inner corner. I like to do the inner corner after I put my lashes on because then I kind of can see where it needs to be brightened a little bit. Because every time I add lashes, my eyes look and appear much smaller than what they are. And it doesn't help that I do put black liner in my waterline, but that's just how I like things. A lot of people, you know, use the nudes, use different colors. I've just stuck with the same way I've done my liner since I was 15, 16. And I just like the way it looks on me. Everyone's their own, you know, to each their own, to own their each. So I'm going to take a very light nude or almost white shade and I'm going to be packing it in my inner corner. So I'm going to be using the shade Seduction. I lied. I'm going to be using the shade Silk Robe from the O palette. Like I said, you don't need to use this palette. You can use any of your nude palettes. And so I'm just going to pack it on my inner corner like this. And I am using a little detailing brush, more like a detailing smudger brush in my opinion. I'm going to use that on the inner corner, just to brighten it up a little bit because it is so dramatic with the lashes on. And then I'm going to take that same Diamond Balm highlighter I used and I'm going to be placing that in the inner corner as well and bringing it underneath the waterline just to bring the whole look together. In my opinion, I believe adding a little bit of this glitter on your under eye really just finishes that look off. It just kind of makes it look complete and it just brightens up that inner corner. There's the eyes. Now it's time to move on to some blush. Personally, for me, we're going this very glam, dramatic look. I want to use a luminous blush and something that's not as punchy and poppy to just keep it more, I don't know, classy, I guess. I'm going to be using the Too Faced Femme blush. This is the shade Butterfly Babe. It does look like this. I recently reviewed this collection. It's definitely worth the $30 to get this blush, but I'm going to just take my blush brush right here and just go to town. And I picked this blush in particular because the shift in the blush, even though it's not much of a shift, it is more of a golden blush. So to just match the eyeshadow I got going on here. Ooh, feeling blushy. now it's time to move on to bronzer. I definitely feel like this type of look needs a bronzer. I know some people will skip this step. They use contour. They contour with bronzer. That's just not my vibe. Contour is for cool tone colors. Bronzing is for warming up your face. I think with it being 2022, we should probably all understand that by now. But I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of bronzer on my forehead. Ooh, that came off a little bit much. And I am going to take the bronzer right down here on my jawline as well. And since I spray tanned, I'm going to put a little bit on my ears. So, oh, I didn't even show you the bronzer I was using. It's not really a big deal because everyone has their own favorite bronzers and the shades that work for their skin tone. But I was using the LYS bronzer. I think this is called the No Limits Matte Bronzer. I was using the shade Courage. And now I want to go ahead and add a lippy. I actually just picked this up today. I feel like this type of look, you know, Valentine's Day, you want to go with a red lip. I picked up a Kylie Cosmetics lip kit. The shade Bite Me. The reason I picked one up is because like back in like 2000, it was even before I had kids. I had my kids in 2017. So in 2016, like I was obsessed with these. I think a lot of people were. And I had a ton of lip kits. And they reformulated, and it was a while ago they reformulated, not gonna lie. So I thought today when I was in Ulta, I'd pick one up. So I'm going to be applying both the lip liner and the lipstick real quick, and I'll be right back. So this is the final look. So this is a quick, easy, glam look for Valentine's Day. I know some people, you know, you have kids. It's hard to get ready to go out and you want something quick and easy but still look glamorous. And to me, this is the look for that because it's just a simple nude smoky eye with that perfect pop of glitter and just a nice red lippy, and it just brings it all together and it makes it look like you're glam and ready to go. I know at this point, usually I have my hair done. Man, I think it's just, this is it. This is my messy bun. I have a lot of hair. You know, this is all mine. I don't have extensions or anything. And man, to straighten it, it's a pain in the ass. To curl it, it's a pain in the ass. And honestly, I need to wash my hair. So this is it. This is what we've got going on. Not only do I need to wash my hair, I need to dye my hair. My roots are coming in and it's very obvious because I'm naturally blonde. And yeah. So if you enjoyed today's video, and you want to see some more tutorials and bring it back a little bit, then go ahead and like, subscribe, because I'm going to start doing tutorial Tuesdays. I want to get out about 4 looks for Valentine's Day. That way there's something for everyone to try and get inspired by for a look for date night. And that's what I'm trying to do. So, but thank you all for watching, and until next time, bye y'all.